coffers of the countries go out and make a pipeline deal with Russia, where they're paying billions of dollars into the coffers of Russia. So we're supposed to protect you against Russia, but they're paying billions of dollars to Russia, and I think that's very inappropriate. And the former chancellor of Germany is the head of the pipeline company that's supplying the gas. Ultimately, Germany will have almost 70% of their country controlled by Russia with natural gas. So you tell me, is that appropriate? I mean, I've been complaining about this from the time I got it. It should have never been allowed to have happened.
Three, two, one. Alrighty. Personalized 2. Lena. Pressure Rade. Why, I can't read that name, but okay. James, Will, Mike, Jeff. Sheesh. Chamisland. Colleen's Cowboy. Cool. Jeffrey, how you doing? Josh, let's get started. All right. First and foremost, everyone, I love your content. Thank you very much. First and forward, everyone, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, where I invest in dividend stocks. Let's see if we can try this again. I invest in dividends. Hey, it's Doc, ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker of the house. Woo-hoo, yeah. That's no. Okay. My name's James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, where I show you how I invest in dividend stocks for a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Now, that does come to over 50% per year if that excites you. Sophia, how are you today? Hello. All right, so that being said, I invest in dividend stocks. Jill, you win tonight. Woohoo, Jill's in the house. I didn't hear from you guys all last week. Where'd you go? All righty. Let's get started. First thing we want to take a look at tonight, Christmas. Yeah, I get that. I was here. You weren't. All right. First one we want to take a look at today is ExxonMobil. Somebody asked me to take a look at it last night. Now, ExxonMobil, first thing I always want to see is I always want to take a look at the 1-year chart, because the chart tells me how has the company performed this year. Well, here we go. Here's the high back in October. The bottom was back in January. A year ago, we're at 97. The bottom was at 96. The top was at 126. Right now, we're at 106. Ami, how are you today? All right. So we're currently at 106, but before I go on, do the numbers work? Am I going to get my 1%? Well, how do I find that? Well, what am I buying it for? So first thing Monday morning, you got the bid and the ask. The bid's what I can sell. The ask is what I could buy. So if I'm going to buy ExxonMobil on Monday, I'm going to be paying $106.60. It's the number right there. Now, the 106s are going for $139, but I lose 60 cents. So once you take 60 cents out of that, then I'm making less than 1%. So as much as I like ExxonMobil, it's not going to work for me this week. Okay, it's always going to be about the number. Timothy Ford, how are you today? What the heck is that? That one brunette, interesting name like that one. GD, Jeep, Joel, Brett, Pebbles, KG, welcome. That one brunette. Oh, how are you tonight? All right, so as much as like ExxonMobil, I'm going to pass this week. How about AMD, Advanced Micro Devices? Okay, well, let's take a look at it. Crown Network launches tomorrow, biggest and safest blockchain on the planet. Wow, cool beans. I'm not quite sure what that has to do with us. Yes, way to go. All right, so that being said, let's keep on progressing forward. AMD Advanced Micro Devices. Now, I'm pretty sure I heard something in the news that they had some creative financing going on. So let's go directly to Yahoo Finance and check out what does the dividends look like. AMD. Okay, we're going to pull them up. Here's the dividends right here. Wait a minute, that's historical that's statistics. Look, Bryce, my brother and his girlfriend share. Interesting. So I'm going to take a look at historical data, and then I'm going to go look at the dividends only. How well has this thing paid its dividends? KG, Hormel, and General Dynamics. Okay, hold on. There are no dividends in the selected time frame. So why are we looking at it? Okay, that's an interesting question. We're here at a dividend investing strategy website or web show, and you asked me to take a look at a company that doesn't have dividends. I'm not quite sure how to respond to that one. So KG, you want to take a look at Hormel. HRL, Dividend King Extraordinaire. They've been in business for over 100 years. The high of the year is around 37. The bottom is right around 28. So last year we're at 32, dropped to 28, shoots up to 37, back down, up, down, up, down. Right now we're at 32. Okay, so if I'm going to buy it at 32 on Monday, what's the 32 going for? 15 to 25. That's just a little bit over 0.5%. That really doesn't work. Okay? General Dynamics. Let's take a quick gander at that. Now remember, next week there's only 4 days. Okay, we only have 4 days next week, so we're probably going to be a little tight on that 1%. So you might want to keep that into consideration. General Dynamics, 266. The 266s are going for 350. Okay. No, because see, if I do the 260, if I buy it at 266.50, Troy, I'm looking at a buyback option. AMD with 7% dividend, and they call back buy in the 50% arm on the 80-20 fixed rate loan. Thoughts? Boy, that's complicated as hell there, Troy. Okay, now I like keeping things a little on the simple side, right? Buy the stock, sell the covered call against it. You want to get into something a little bit more complicated, we're going to need to do that on a different platform. Here, I like to keep it simple. I like to keep it safe and predictable. Okay, so let's kind of stay on the topic at hand. Now, if you want to have a private conversation where you want to talk about more complicated stuff, hey, drop me a number. I'll give you a buzz. I'll be more than glad to talk to you. Okay, pressure certiadum. Pressure on them. Pressure on them. You're just a beginner. Can you join me in the private group? Okay, yeah. Okay, my private group meets every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on Friday, the afternoon, just before the market closes. Sweetie Swag, what do you think about Harley Davidson for the week? Ooh, let's take a gander at that next. All right, right now we're looking at General Dynamics. General Dynamics as 266.50. We have the 265. And then we have the 267.50. All right, so if we go with the 265, we're losing $1.50. Well, $1.50 off of the $3 gives us $1.50. That's not 1%. Sorry. Somebody wanted to take a look at something next, and I forget what that was. All right. ARB wants to take a look at Siri, SIRI. Okay, Siri. Okay, here's Siri. A year ago, the top was 55. The bottom was 20. That's a big drop. That's more than 50% drop. Yeah, we're going to take a look at Harley Davidson in a minute. Okay, look at Harley Davidson just a little bit. So Siri, okay, 23.13. Well, we're currently at 22.20. Sorry, 23.20. So the 23.50 is going for 33. That works. That's yes. And the 23 is going for 54. Well, that works also. They both work, the 23 and the 23.50. Both will give you over 1%. But here's the question. Do you like Siri? Well, let's take a better look at the chart and see what the chart is telling me. The high was a year ago. She drops, pulls back, drops again, and then goes sideways, and we're sitting at 23.13 at the moment. Let's take a closer look. The last 90 days. Here's your last 90 days. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was, and here's where it is. Drops, up. Sideways, down, then up again. Because here's where we are right now. So let's look at the last 30. Because 30 days gives me an idea of where it is at the moment and where it most likely will end up in 5 days. Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to jump in on Monday and get out on Friday. Because I don't want to be in too long. Sweetie Swag. Harley Davidson doesn't look great. It's 30.28. Have to buy the 30s and take off 28 cents. Premium is 59.35. Okay, Sweetie Swag, we're going to take a look at it in a second. Hold up. We're looking at Siri at the moment, the last 30 days. Go all the way to the 28th, right there. Okay, so 30 days ago, we're at 26.50. Shoot up to 29, drop down to 20.50, and now we're sitting here. Here's your high, 30-day high. Here's your 30-day bottom. She jumps up, and it is still going to the upward trend. But how far up is it going to go? So the couple of questions you need to ask yourself is, do you like Siri? And do you like Siri at this current price? And are you willing to hold on to it for it to give you the return that you're looking for? It's very important questions. All right. So currently, 23.20. So let's do a practice trade and see what it looks like. Sweetie, we're going to take a look at hog in a minute. Let's see how we do a covered call. Okay. First thing I want to do is come over here and change this from single and come down to the strategy called covered stock, which means it's one of the safest trading strategies there is. You buy the stock, you sell it to someone else for the same price you just paid for it, you collect a premium. What does the stock need to do? Basically nothing. Stay right where it is or go up. That works for me. Covered stock, the 23.50 right there. So just one contract at the market first thing Monday morning, and it looks a little bit like this. You ready? Here it is. Buy one covered call of Siri 100. That is the weekly. 3 January 25. That means the option is going to expire at 4 o'clock next Friday afternoon. The $23.50 call option against the stock Siri, S-I-R-I. Okay, well, here's my break even, which is less than the current price. The maximum profit's right there, $74.50. Now, remember when I say I want simple, safe, predictable? Well, predictable, I know what I'm getting before I even do the trade. Okay, I'm getting $74.50 for each contract I do. Now, each contract is costing me $2,200. Well, let's bring up the calculator and see what kind of rate of return that is. So we're getting our calculator. $74.50 divided it by how much is it costing me for the trade? $22.76. That gives me a grand total of 3.2%. Now, I like 3.2%. I'm actually going to write that one down for Monday. Okay, Sweetie Swag, let's go take a look at Harley Davidson. Get everything back to where we were. Here we go. Harley Davidson. Here we go. H-O-G. All right, H-O-G. Here we go. The high of the year was right around 44. That was back in April. The bottom was just a couple of weeks ago. Or was it last week? Right around 30. Okay, well, last year we're at 37. She drops, retraces, back down, back up, back down, back up, back down. We're sitting right here at 30.68. Now, I'm into Harley Davidson at 35, and 35 is right here. So currently it's at 30. I'm in it at 35. Okay, a long way away. Let's take a look at the 90 days. Okay, last 90 days makes it look not as bad. Not as bad. Okay, 39 was the high. Okay, looks like 29 was the bottom. But what I'm looking for when I look at the 90-day the 90-day chart, I'm looking for a pattern that might be consistent. Well, sometimes they're obvious and sometimes they're not. Well, look at Harley Davidson. Here's the high. She came down, retraced, came down, retraced, up, down, up, down. Okay, last week was the bottom. So let's get a little bit closer. 1128. There we go. Here's the 30-day high. Okay, 3 weeks ago. She comes down. Last Thursday was the 30-day bottom. Okay, so Friday, Monday, and Tuesday with 3 days to the upside. That's a perfect invitation to jump in. However, it didn't work out that way. What happened on Thursday? She pulled back a little bit, and Friday pulled back even more. So we're going to be looking for another bottom for Harley Davidson. Could it be yesterday? Yeah, it could be. Could it be Monday or Tuesday? Maybe. We'll see. Well, currently at 30.28, and the 30 is going for 55. But if I sell the 30, well, I'm losing 68 cents a share. If I'm losing 68 cents a share and it's only 55, well, that's negative numbers. That's a hell no. Okay? Plain and simple. Just plain old no. Those are horrible premiums for Harley Davidson. And I happen to have some. All right. So we looked at Siri. We looked at Harley Davidson. Let's keep on going. RS. What do you think about boiling options for the list of put options to short? Okay, RS, you're really, really going to have to explain that to me because I've never heard of boiling options. Okay? I heard of boiling eggs. I heard of boiling frogs. I heard of boiling chicken. I've heard of boiling, a bunch of stuff, but boiling options, never heard of it. Dusty, what's your guess? XRP going to hit January? I don't do XRP. They got to have at least 2 decades of consistent increased profits. XRP is not on the list, not even close. Big Buck Wall Street, Nike. Okay, NKE. Okay, Nike, here we go. First thing I always want to see, the high, 110, that was a year ago. The bottom was back in June and July, and that was right around $70. Okay, tried to retrace, couldn't make it, back down again. Well, was sitting at 76.42. Okay, so the question is, do you like Nike? Well, I like Nike, but do I like it at this current price? Well, let's take a look. The last 90 days, which was the last 3 months, well, here's your top, $90. And a drop right here, kept on falling all the way down to 73. Okay, she jumps up and then just goes sideways for the last 30 days. So it's just going sideways for the last 30 days. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. Okay, here's your last 30 days. 30 days ago, 78.50. Shoots up, hits 81, drops down to 73, back up. Look, it's 1, 2, 3 days to the upside after this bottom right here. But what happened on Friday? Friday said, no, we're going to interrupt the uptrend. Okay, because your bottom was last Friday. Monday was higher, Tuesday was higher, Thursday was higher, and Friday a little bit of a pullback. So kind of like, is it going to? No, it's not. Okay, but I still like Nike. I do. And look at where it is. It's very close to the bottom of the 30-day period. So what usually happens on the low on a 30-day period? Well, your 30-day high, 30-day low, it usually bounces up and goes back up again. Usually. Is it guaranteed? No, nothing's guaranteed. But I like to have the odds and probabilities in my favor. So if it continuously does it over and over and over again, more than likely it's going to do it again. Usually. So at this moment in time, the 76.42, I'll be looking at the 77s. And the 77 is going 55 to 65. Not quite the 1% that I'm looking for. But do you like the stock? Remember, we only have 4 days next week. So we're probably not going to find a nice clean cut 1%. Might not. Because we only got 4 days. All right, let's keep on going. Frankenstein's in the house. Tandem man. Keep it simple, Sam. Yep, that's what we want to do. Simple. Tyler, what stock symbol? Uh-oh. I missed that question. Okay, Frankenstein. Apple pie. Choi. Jonah Baker. What's happening? All right. Small man child. Holy shit, people call me that too. Small man child. My throat's a little bit more sore today than normally. Okay, so small man child, you like Misty. M-S-T-Y. Not quite sure why. Okay, but here's the thing. Now, you're relatively new here because I'm really good with names and I don't remember seeing small man child, J-D. I don't remember seeing your name before. So you're new, I'm assuming. Okay, Misty has what's called monthly options. Okay, there's 2 sets of options. Okay, there's the call option and the put option. And then there's the time frame in which you can trade them. Well, one is monthly, which means you can do an option trade once a month and that's it. Means if you want weekly cash flow, you're going to have to sit in front of the computer with this thing on a daily basis to get your weekly cash flow. Doesn't work for me. Okay, I like companies that have weeklies. If I go right here, put AT&T in there. See, look, 3 January, that's this coming Friday. 10 January, 2 Fridays away. 17 January, 3 Fridays away. 24 January, 4 Fridays away. 31 January, 5 Fridays away. Each one of them a Friday. Each one is a weekly, which means I can trade it every single week. What does that mean? Well, every single week means I can get 1% each time I do a trade. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3. But I'm shooting for 1. 1 is simple, 1 is easy, 1 is predictable. Okay? 1 is 50% per year. A little over, but you know what I mean. Okay? Misty, M-S-T-Y, only has monthly. So if I'm going to trade Misty, I'm going to get 1 check per month. And if I'm averaging 1 to 2% with each option trade that I do with the trading strategy I'm showing you, that only comes to 12 to 24% per year. Now, if I'm doing weeklies, well, that's 50 to 100% per year. Now, I don't need to explain to you that 52 is more than 12. Okay? So I don't do monthlies. Okay, small man child. Happy White Cat. What's your take on Amazon, Costco, and Meta platforms tomorrow? Should I sell? Okay, Happy White Cat. Number 1, Amazon's a no-no. Amazon does not have dividends. No dividends, no thank you. Costco, $900 a share, out of my price range. Meta, Alphabet, Facebook, whatever he wants to call it this week. Changes his name all the time. Okay? They just started paying dividends. When a company just starts paying dividends, they're not really on my radar. Okay? I like 2 decades of consistent profits, which means old Marky Boy is going to have to wait 18 years until this thing comes onto my list. Okay, I'm terribly sorry. I'm a little bit picky where I put my money. Okay, I've been working since 1973. The money that I have available for my investments, well, that's going to last me the rest of my life. Unless, of course, I decide I want to go back to work and have to have a boss and have to listen to all that Yeah, no thank you. Sorry. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week is what I'm looking for. If I can't get that, then that's going to be a no. And they have to have dividends and weekly options. Okay? What's the clicking sound? The clicking sound is probably the mouse, you know. That's probably the mouse that I use to navigate around the website. Okay, what would be what would be the best commodity to invest in? Okay, Zan, I don't do commodities here, brother. I just do the dividend stocks. That's it. What happens when the stock you sell calls on goes down? I get that question every single time. Okay? So let me see if I can explain it to you in a manner for you to comprehend and not have to ask that question again. Okay? So if you're under the impression that you buy a stock and it does nothing but go up, you're sadly mistaken. Take a look at the stock we're currently looking at. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Nowhere on this chart, even if I blow it up and take a really close look, nowhere on here is there a little footnote that said, hold on, I got to go over to Charlie's house to rake the lawn, or I have to take out the trash, or I got to wash it. No, stocks go up, stocks go down. That's all they do. If you're expecting a stock to do something other than go up or down, this is not a game for you. And it is a game. Don't think that it isn't. Okay, it's kind of like Monopoly. 4 houses, 1 red hotel. 4 green houses, 1 red hotel. It's just a game. You're finding a good company that you like, you're getting a little profit off of it, and then you're moving on to the next one. Okay? So yeah, stocks go up, stocks go down. If you're not ready for a stock that you buy, it's going to go down, then you shouldn't be playing this game. It's actually that simple. Because rule number 1, I have 5 rules. Rule number 1 is never buy a stock you do not understand. Now, what I mean by understand, well, this one right here, I got to go backwards for a second. Okay. This one right here has a 52-week high and a 52-week low. Every single stock you see that you want to buy is going to have a 52-week high and a 52-week low. Where is it currently on that list between the high and the low? Well, that's random. It could be anywhere. But as long as you understand, well, this one here is at 29. The high is at 46 and the bottom's at 18. Well, it's kind of like somewhere in the middle. It's not at the high, it's not at the low, it's somewhere in the middle. So if you think a stock is only going to go up or only going to go down, then you shouldn't be playing this game because that's not the way it works. Never buy something unless you're prepared to hold on to it for however long it takes to hit your target. What's my target? I'm going to buy it first thing in the morning at the market price. And then I wanted to hit the strike price in which I'm aiming for to pick up that 1%, because that's what I'm looking for. Now, I've been doing it for a very long time, so I'm very good at it. I'm very effective at it, and I have a very good track record so far this year. As a matter of fact, here is my list of trades that I've made this year. Okay, each one of these little boxes. Okay, CVS, MPW, Dell, Intel, Walgreens, DFS, Kohl's, Walmart, Ford. Okay, now don't panic about the colors. The colors are not good or bad. It just tells me what kind of a trade it was. The green is where I bought something, and the red is where I sold something. Okay, this is not the profit and loss. This is not, oh, red is bad, green is good. This is not that at all. Okay, all it is telling me, okay, I sold this, I bought that. That's all that means. Okay, I got a lot of people say, well, that's a lot of red. Yeah, so I sold a lot of stuff. Okay, you don't have enough green. Well, I didn't buy that much. It's actually pretty simple. Okay, adults have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Club Med Tom, what's happening? What do you got for me? Could you share what you did yesterday for your covered calls, like rolling forward? Okay, what did I do yesterday? I'm actually going to have to go back and take a gander. Alrighty. So in this particular account here, Harley Davidson, Intel is in the money, Altria is in the money, then I have MPW and Riley both unencumbered, which means I can make trades on them this week. Okay, Intel will be going bye-bye, Altria bye-bye, MPW, well, I got to write a covered call against it, Riley got to write a covered call against that, and I got about $14,000 to actually buy something on Monday. All right, well, great. Let's figure it out. All right. So, what did I do? So, Harley Davidson, I don't think I did very much with Harley Davidson. Oh, so those expired. So I didn't do anything with Harley Davidson. I just let the options expire. All right. Intel. Okay, so I haven't done anything with Intel yet. So I have all this that I have to do on Monday. Okay, so the trades that I did on Friday, well, they expire on Saturday, which is today. So this is what my position is at the moment. So Intel, I got 3,700 shares. I sold 37 contracts for 62. The current stock is at $20. So 62 is 3%. So my Intel trade was a 3% trade. Well, let's take a look at the numbers for Intel. Okay, let's pull it up. INTC. All right, Intel, here we go. All right, so Intel, the high of the year was in January. It was at 51. Then she drops, goes sideways, drops, goes sideways, drops, goes sideways. Now we're sitting at 2030. The bottom was in September, and it looks like it's just about $18. So the high of the year, 52. The low of the year, 18. That's more than a 50% drop in price. Well, remember I said you have a 52-week high and a 52-week low. Where is it now as compared to the high or the low? In the stock, it's going to travel between the high and the low, and that's what it does. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Where you jump on this little merry-go-round or Ferris wheel or whatever you want to call it, where you jump on, well, that's your entry price. So if I jump on tomorrow or Monday morning at $20.30, okay, the closest strike price is going to be the 20 or the 20.50. Now the 20 is going for 60 cents, but I lose 20 cents, 30 cents right at the top, so I'm only walking away with 30. But 30 cents on a $20 stock is 1.5%. Now, 1.5% every single week is over 75% for the year. So the question you need to ask yourself is, do I like Intel? That's a big question. Do I like it? Do I like it at this current price? Am I willing to buy it and hold on to it, never sell it until it reaches my target? Now, Intel consistently increases their dividends every single year. They're consistently profitable. Well, great. So I can do a covered call every single Friday. So why the hell not? I mean, think about it. Ask yourself. Number one, you buy the company because you like it. You're here to make money. You're here to invest. You're here probably because you think you could do a better job investing than those so-called money managers or, financial advisors. If your financial advisor is not making 50% per year or even 30% per year, then why the hell are you listening to them? That's just my opinion. Okay, there are a lot of trading strategies out there that are consistently profitable. And yeah, I know we're in a bull market. We've been in a bull market, but are we really? Take a look at this. The high was 52. The low was 18. That's more than a 50% drop. Okay? Could that be the bottom? I don't know. It could be. Okay? So you need to ask yourself the question. Number one, does it make sense? Number two, do I like this company? Number three, do I like this company at this current price? Does it make sense? That's a very big, important question, because if it doesn't make sense, if you don't think you can do it on your own, then maybe you have no other choice but to let somebody else do it for you. And that's a thought. All right, let's go on. So we got next. Dr. DJ versus UK. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so DJ versus UK. Do I know of the work done by Gann, Baer, Jenkins, McLaren, and Jensen? Well, the only McLaren that I know of is the guy who makes that nice fancy car. Okay? Other than that, I've never heard of any of them. Unless it's Baer, like Baer Aspirin, but they invented that a long time ago. So, you need to ask yourself the question, does it make sense? Okay, so DJ, you want to look at Lockheed Martin, LMT. Okay, basically the same thing we just saw 2 seconds ago. Here's your high, here's your low, here's where it was, here's where it is. A year ago, we're at 450. We dropped down to 420. Shoot up to 620. Now we're back at 488. So that's a $130 drop, a $130 drop. But look at the high. The high is at 620. The bottom is at 420. That's a $200 drop, about a 30%. That's a big drop. Not as much as the last stock we just looked at, but still, nice size. So we're currently at 489.99. So we'll be looking at the 490s. Now the 490s are going for 36 to 410, not even close to 1%. Don't get me wrong, it's like I like the company, but the numbers aren't paying well this week. Now, just because they're not paying well this week doesn't mean they're not going to pay well next week or the week after or the week after. So it's just something we look at every single week. Now, if it's a good company, yeah, I'll look at it more than once. Okay, KG, will my books be free? No. El Jamo, OKLO. You've got to be kidding me. OKLO. Never heard of it. But it does have weekly options. Okay, well, let's go to Yahoo Finance and see why I've never seen this. And usually, OKLO, I go right to the, the dividends. Yeah, I've never seen that for a while. Yahoo will be right back. Thank you for your patience. Our engineers are working quickly to resolve the issue. Have you ever seen that before? I've never seen that. And that was pretty quick. Okay, so OKLO, there are no dividends at the time period that we're looking. Snipped Life. Okay, I don't know if that's a stock symbol or you just telling me where you're coming from. Sniped Life or Snipped Life. All right, so now I am officially out of my tea, and my throat's getting a little sore. So Snipped Life wants to take a look at Verizon, VZ. All right, well, here we go. Verizon. Here's the high, 45. Here's the bottom, 37. Well, that's not a big change between 45 and 37. What is that? Only $8? So $8 move on a $45 stock, that's what, 20% maybe? Something like that. But look at the high, 45.50, the bottom 37, shoots up, goes sideways. Here's your peak. We're currently at 39.92. So we'll be looking at the 40s. The 40s going from 29 to 35. Now, I like Verizon, but this number just doesn't work for me. Now look at your last 30 days. Where does it look like it's going? 30 days ago, we're at 41. We shoot up to 44.50, drop down to right around 40. Well, here's where we are. Not doing what we want it to do. Okay, we want it to go to the upside after coming off of profit taking. So your highs here, and people start taking profit. Now think about it. If you bought a stock, okay, look, at $40, way over here, and it jumped up to 44, that doesn't sound like a lot, but $4.50 on a $40 stock is over a little over 10%. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for just 1%. So if I can get 1%, great, I'll take it. So once you start taking profits, the stock has a tendency for the price to drop. And it will get down to a certain point where people like me saying, oh, hell, Verizon at 39? Hell yeah, I'm going to buy some of that. And that causes it to go back up again. But at this moment, the numbers just aren't working for me. Neil, IVR is steady, good dividend. Okay, if IVR is a good dividend stock, why have I never traded it? That's why it's a monthly. Now, when I say monthlies just don't work, why are you asking me to take a look at it anyway? Because I'm going to take one look at it. Monthly, no thanks. It does nothing but waste our time. I don't want monthly. I want weekly. All right? Yo, 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 W, what's happening? James just did a call, a debit spread on Nike. Cool. I love call debit spreads. Okay? But the risk is you don't own anything. Okay? Call debit spread. Okay, you're buying one option, you're selling another option. You're hoping it stays exactly where it is or it goes up. Well, you can do the same thing with the stock, but the rate of return is different. But so is the risk. It's more risky to do a debit spread or a credit spread. But it pays more. That's why people do them. Encourage more of it. Yep. Like, share, comment, all that fun stuff. All right. Create Jane. Bear or bull. Okay. What program is that you're using? Okay. AB Wars. Okay. This here is Think or Swim. Okay. It is a trading platform available through Charles Schwab. Okay, guy, you got that? Charles Schwab? Uh-oh. Okay, we're back here. Hey, check it out. Austin's here. James, DTX, wants to take a look at AT&T. Well, here we go. Here's AT&T right here. Here's your high at 24. Okay, that was a couple of weeks ago. Your bottom is way down here at 16, and that was in April. Okay, a year ago, we're sitting at 16.50. We dropped down to 16, shoot all the way up to 24. That's only an $8 increase. Okay, now I just said an $8 increase when she's at 16. So from 16 to 24 is a 50% increase. So it goes from 16, 50% increase to 24. Well, yeah, there's going to be some profit taking. The stock's going to drop. Well, it's going to drop to a certain point, and then people are going to say, you know what? This is AT&T. Let me jump back in. It's exactly what happened. Here's the top right here, which was the beginning of December. Okay, and then you had your profit taking, and look at this. Let's zoom in a little bit closer. But before we zoom in, take a look at the movement in the last 90 days. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now she's going up. But what happened on Friday? I want to zoom in a little bit closer and you get a better look at that, and then you'll see, well, what the hell did happen on Friday? Okay, here's the last 30 days. Well, 30 days ago, we're at 23.20. We dropped down a little bit, shot up. Here's your high of the 30-day period, 24. And then she drops. Here's the bottom, 22.40. It's like a 10% drop. From here to here is only about 10%, but then she bounces and starts going back up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to the upside, and Friday is one pullback. Now, is it an anomaly, or is it going to continue going up? Because look where the 30-day high is. We're up here at 24. And right now, we seem to go on up, but stopped right here at 23. Well, it's only $1 more up. But that $1 is a big move on a $20 stock. So what's the numbers look like? 22.88. So the 23s are going between 12 and 14. Well, those numbers don't really look very appetizing to me. MSTY is a 2x leverage for MSTR. Yeah, I know it. It's also a no thank you. Okay? The best one, okay, it's also no. Because if the numbers don't work, no dividends, no thank you. No weekly options, no thank you. It's actually that simple. Leo Prepfolio. Yesterday you talked about X and a $70,000 purchase. Is that a long-term play because you don't hold? No, not at all. It was a 5-day play. I jumped in. Actually, let's do a US, because X is US Steel. So let's do one, and I'll show you. It's really not. I like U.S. Steel. Okay, X, U.S. Steel. Let's take a look at the numbers. A year ago, we're at 49. Okay, we drop down to 38, go sideways for quite a bit, make a new bottom right here at 27, back up to the trade. Look at the trading range, almost all year long, right in this range, between 36 and 40, just going sideways. Well, we're currently at 31.14. Okay, last 90 days. Okay, last 90 days. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Where's it going? Well, up, down, up, down. Now she's bouncing off this bottom here, which is the low of this 90-day time frame. Okay, great. Well, after the 90-day time frame, this right here, I want to zoom in a little bit closer and take a look at the last 30 days because I want to see where do I think it's going to go in the next 5 days. Monday, Tuesday. Well, it's only 4 days this week, but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Where is it going to be? That's what I want to see. Okay, so 30 days ago, 42 is your high. She drops down to 30. That's a $12 drop. That's over 25%. A 25% drop. Okay? And Friday was the low. Monday was higher. Tuesday was higher. Perfect opportunity to jump in, but no. Thursday pulled back, and Friday is a little bit higher. Okay. Not quite where I want it to be, but I do have some U.S. Steel. And I have more U.S. Steel than I probably should have. But let me show you the trade, and you try to tell me that wasn't a good deal. All right, so we're currently at 31.30. Okay, let's get out of that. Let's change this to covered call, because that's the kind of trades I like. I like simplicity. I like safety. And I like consistency. All right. So the 31.50, because right now the stock is at 31.30. So the closest strike price to 31.30 is 31.50. So the 31.50, I want to do just one contract. Okay, that way you have an idea of what one's going to go for. Now, you ready? Buy one covered call US Steel 100. 3 January 25. That means it's going to expire this coming Friday. Okay, the 31.50 call against X US Steel, which is a stock. Okay, well, it's currently at 31.30, and I'm selling at 31.50. I'm collecting right here. It says maximum profit. Okay, $200 per contract. So each contract is going to net me $200 for each one. All right, so get my calculator. Clear that. $200. Okay, and how much is it costing me for this trade? For 100 shares of US Steel, and then I sell somebody the rights, not the obligation, but just the rights to buy it from me. $2,950. All right? That's an all cash account. So divide it by 2,950. Comes to a grand total of 6.7% for 1 week. Well, that's awesome. But here's the thing. This here is a margin account. What does that mean? Well, that means for every dollar I put up, my broker puts up some money also. So it allows me to leverage and get a better rate of return. So here it is. Okay? The buying power effect. So I'm actually doing this trade right here, and it's only costing me $770. So let's do the math with that. Okay, clear that out of the way. So the profit is still the same, $200. But on a margin account, I'm only putting up 770. Divide 770, and it gives me a grand total of 25.97%. That's like 26% for 1 week. That's crazy. That's why I did more options on US Steel than I probably should have. All right, we're at 39. I'm going to reboot. This is silly. It means you know the underlying is very liquid. Okay, James, I have no idea what that means, but okay. ITW double J, I'll write that down. ITW, Illinois Tool Works, I'm pretty sure they're a monthly. Heisman, hey James, do you remember we chatted last week? I have a good stock for you come Monday. Cool beans. Cal, what do I think of JEPQ? Hell no. Why do you like that for an answer? James, Johnson & Johnson. No, the numbers are never very good, but we'll take a look. Johnson & Johnson, and Michael wants to take a look at Humana. H-U-M-A. Christmas colors. All right. Mr. Rizzo, hi again. Question. I want to set my daughter up for the next 20 years with a DRIP investment, but don't know which ones are good for long term. Okay, so Mr. Rizzo, I don't do long term anything. Okay, my intention is 5 days. I'm going to be in on Monday, out on Friday. Now, every once in a while, I have to carry a stock for a couple of months. The longest I've ever held anything, okay, is 9 months. And I didn't do it because I wanted to. I did it because the stock went down and I refused to sell at a loss. So it took a while. Okay, 9 months. I collected 3 dividends and 35 premiums, which was a nice return. Especially She dipped, went down, and then she came back up. I sold for a profit. Never sell at a loss. All right. Intel suspended dividends over 5 months ago. Thank you for that. Asim, hello. Could you please advise on AMD and ARM? Okay, we already looked at AMD earlier today. ARM, I don't even know who they are. Get out of there. Let's go back to here and put in ARM. ARM. Okay, ARM Holdings. Never heard of them, but okay. ARM into Yahoo Finance to tell me what they are about dividends. There are no dividends in the time period. Sorry. Asim, no dividends, no thank you. Skaze, please. Skaze, please. ARC has a high return. Do they really? ARCC. ARCC. Ares Capital, ARC. Well, let's take a look at Ares Capital, will we? All right. So Ares Capital goes all the way back until 2005. 30 cents, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 50, 41. They went backwards. In 06, they went at 50. Then they dropped by 20%. They dropped the dividends to 20%. That's not good. Okay, 41, 42, 42, 35. They dropped it another 7. That's 15%. So it dropped it at 20%. Dropped it 7%. Okay, 35, 36, 37, 43, 38. Dropped it again. Dropped it again. 40, 41, 45, 46, 51, 48. Dropped it again. Yeah, dude, sorry. Okay, ARCC, the dividends aren't consistent. They're not going up. They're going 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. That doesn't work for me. Okay, Norden C67. My advisor has made me $13,000 in 3 years on about $80,000. How can I do better? Well, 13,000. Well, you divide that by 3. That's 4,000 a year. 4,000 on an $80,000 account. That's 2% a year. Holy shit, that sucks. That's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. Okay, a lot of advisors and a lot of money managers don't get over 10, 20, 30% every single year. So why the hell are you giving the money to them? 86, good evening. 86, I'm going to get ready to reboot because we're only at 35. That's not, Okay, WW is what you'll want to do Monday before the new year hits. Look at the trend 4 years prior. Okay, well, let's take a look at WW. I have no idea who it is. WW, is that Weight Watchers? Okay, sorry, dude. WW is a monthly optionable stock, and it's at $1.30. What are you, shitting me? How can you have 20 years of increased dividends if this thing's at $1.20? Sorry, no. James, you were talking about weeklies. Weeklies equal liquidity. Yeah. Bob, can you give me your opinion on Bitto, please? I see great option, great dividends. Okay. Bitto does not have 20 years of profitability. So yeah, I tried Bitto at the beginning of the year. Didn't work so well. Can you talk more about when you have to hold something longer due to a price drop? Okay, don't leave. Yeah, Just kidding. Catch you the next one. Okay, yeah, it's worth 37. You know, if it's not above 50 or 60, I want to reboot only because there's just not enough people. Let's try it one more time. Let's go that. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. All right. So while we're waiting for TikTok to come back online, let's take a look at a few more. Okay. Intel, we looked at FL Foot Locker. Now, I do have some Foot Locker, so let's take a look at that one. Okay, Caleb, Amazon does not have dividends. No dividends, no thank you. It's actually that simple. No dividends, no thank you. Gallant, how are you today? Cool beans. All right. So let's keep going. Foot Locker. Okay. Foot Locker. The high is at $35.50. That was back in February. The bottom was the beginning of December. Look at the movement. Down, up, down, up, down. Now it's going up. We're currently at $22.87. Okay, so $22.87, we'll be looking at the 23s. Well, look at that. The 23s are going from 40 to 50. That works. I like Foot Locker. Okay. Riot is going to be next. So let's take a look at Riot. Now, I do have some Riot, just to let you know. RIOT. Okay. First thing, as always, I want to look at the chart. As always, first thing, the high, 1850. The low, 6.5. Okay, from 18 to 6.5, that is a 60% decrease. The high to the bottom, 60% decrease. Well, now we go from the low of 6 back up to 14, which doubles. So she drops 60%. And then from the bottom, she increases over 100%. Crown Network Layer 1 Quantum Encrypted. Working with public traded companies, just Google Crown in quantum emotion. All right, Gallant wants to take a look at Baxter, BAX. Oh, wait a second. We're on Riot. Okay, Gallant, we'll take a look at that in a second. Let's take a look at Riot first. Now, like I said, Riot goes from 18, it drops 60%. September is the bottom. From the bottom of September, she more than doubles in price, more than 100% from the bottom. Nice. Okay, so we're currently at 10.99. 10.99, we'll be looking at the 11s, and the 11s, holy shit, is that right? The 11s are going for 48 cents a share. That's 4%. Well, let's take a look at it. Okay, so Riot looks good. All right. Look at what QNC.V did this week. Why does this just sound like a bad idea? QNC.V. Can't find that symbol. So basically that tells me it's not on the U.S. market. If it's not in the U.S. market, can't look at it. QNCCF. QNCCF. Dude, seriously? We're here at looking at dividend stock companies, and you give me something that was 10 cents last week or last month, and now it's at 79 cents. Why the hell am I looking at it? I can almost guarantee it doesn't have 20 years of dividends. Riot has no dividend. Yes, I'm aware of that. James, did you speak about what you do when you have to hold something longer than due to price drop? Okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Okay, you just hold on to it and you keep selling. Okay, Nourishop. SPY puts went crazy yesterday. Yeah, I don't do spiders. Okay, if you take a look at the numbers and the performance, just not that great. Okay, I don't like companies that are over $300. That's number one. Number two, the performance for Spider is really not that great. Go to Yahoo Finance, put in Spider, SPY. Okay, now take a look at the numbers on Spiders. Let's go back to 2024. Okay, so I'm going to read these to you, and you let me know if this sounds good or not, all right? 2004 was at 35. Then it went to 57. And then it went to 47, which is a 10-cent drop. A 10-cent drop on 57 cents. Sunny South Fort Lauderdale here. What do I think about Sound and Rocket Lab? How about no and no? I want 20 years, 2 decades, 20 years of increased profitability. No on both of those. So continue back here at Spider on the dividends. From 35 to 57. Well, that's good. Okay? But it went from 57 to 47. That's almost a 20% down. You didn't know? That's almost a 20% drop. Okay, aren't they supposed to be increasing in profits, not decreasing? So it goes 47 to 49 to 52 to 67, and then it dropped again. Okay, so it goes up, up, down, up, 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 down. Okay, up, up, down, up, 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 down, up, up, down, 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 up, down. Yeah, no thank you. Do you see what I'm pointing at? The dividends are not consistently increasing. So why would you put your money into something that's not consistently profitable? It just doesn't make sense to me. Alrighty. SCHW. What is that? That's Sherwin-Williams SCHW. Charles Schwab. Interesting. 7074. Well, let's take a look at the numbers. Okay. 83 is the high, and that was this month. Okay, and the bottom was 60. So it goes from 60 to 84. Well, 60 to 84 is a $24 increase, which is right around a 30%. So from the bottom of the year to the high of the year, that's a 30% increase. But she came back down to 24. That's $10. $10 on an $80 stock is a little around 14%. All right. Last 30 days. This is what it looks like. 30 days ago, we're at 82. Okay, we jumped up to the high at 83.50. Down, up, challenges that high again, doesn't make it, but drops down. Here's your bottom. On Friday, Monday, higher. Tuesday, higher. Thursday, higher. 3 days to the upside. What happened on Friday? A little bit of a pullback. What does that mean? Well, it means we might have to look for a new bottom for Charles Schwab. But what does the numbers look like? Well, currently, the stock's at 74.74. So I'll be looking at the 75s. And the 75s, you're going from 63 to 73. Just barely 1%. Not quite there. What are we looking at? 0.85, 0.9, 0.95, somewhere in that area? If you like Charles Schwab. That's always the big question. Do I like this company and does it make sense? Sophia, Yesterday, Sophia, yesterday, U.S. Steel had negative bid prices for selling options. Would have been a debit to sell my option. Okay, Sophia, I'm not quite sure what you mean there because I sold a bunch of U.S. Steel yesterday. I rolled them forward and got a nice fat premium. Calvin Hill showed up. Woohoo! Okay, Norshop. AVGO. AVGO. Now, AVGO. Okay. Let's look at the chart. The high was last week, over 250. The bottom was last year around 105. So it was from 105 up to 250 within a year. That more than doubled in 1 year. But look at the high and the low. The high is 250, the low is 105. Okay, that's your range. Well, right now, we're here at 241. So let's zoom into that and see what it looks like. Okay, the last 90 days ago, we're at 170. So from the 170, she goes sideways for about 2-3 months, and then she big jump up. It gapped up here, and it gapped up again. Pulled back, now she's going back up again. So next week could be very interesting for AVGO. But currently, the price at 241, okay, we'll be looking at the 240s, and that's giving us 585. That's well over 1%. As a matter of fact, that's close to a 2% trade. 2% on a weekly basis, that's over 100% per year, if that's okay with you. 2D, L-A-M-R. Is that Lamar? L-A-M-R. Lamar. Monthly. Okay, Norship, you check it out? I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. I'm sorry. Okay, Gallant wants to take a look at Baxter, B-A-X. Okay, now Baxter, I like him. Take a look. Here's the high at 44 and the bottom's at 29. That's a $14 difference. Okay, $14 difference on a $29 stock. Well, that's a 50% difference. Okay, the high, the low. It's a 50% difference between the high and the low. Okay, last 90 days. The high's at 39. The bottom's at 29. 39, 20. That's a $10 difference. On a $39 stock, $10 is 20%. That's a big drop. 20%. Sal, do stocks have a tendency to go up prior to the dividend payout? Yep, 2 weeks prior. What if the market is selling off like we did earlier this month? Sal, it's always a numbers game. Always. Okay? Sal, you need to ask yourself a couple of questions. First question always, does it make sense? Question number 2, where is the stock currently at this moment in time, and do you like it at this current price? Well, right here, we're looking at Baxter International. Now, Baxter International is going for $29.20. Well, the 29 is going for 40. If we take the 20 cents off of there, it means we're only walking away with 20 cents. Okay, 20 to 25, not quite 1%. It's if you like Baxter. Okay, not quite 1%. But look at the price. 90 days ago, we're at 39. Now we're at 29. Okay, from 39.20, that's a 25% drop. Gallant want to take a look at Advanced Auto Parts. Advanced Auto Parts, the high is at 87. Now that was back in March. From 87, she drops all the way to 36. 36 to 87. That's a 50% drop in price. Okay, so if you're not ready for that kind of movement. 52-week high, 52-week low. Okay, the low is around 35. The high is over 86. That's a 50% difference. Don't always be leery. Part of the game is knowing how the numbers work. Okay, no matter what happens, you're going to have a 52-week high and you're going to have a 52-week low. Just what do you plan on doing with that kind of information? That's it. That's what we're here. We're here to learn what to do with this kind of information. Amy, how are you today? What dividend stocks do you own most? Well, at this moment in time, I have more U.S. Steel than I have of anything else. But U.S. Steel is not my favorite for the year. My favorite for the year is Macy's. Okay, Brian, you want to take a look at Cooler, huh? Kulr. Hell no, dude. Seriously? Ah, la la. Okay, what percentage of my holdings should I be doing covered calls on as much as possible? Okay, I can't really answer that question because I don't know anything about you. I like to have some kind of a conversation with people, kind of get where you are, where you're coming from, what you're trying to accomplish, what are your risk factors, what kind of capital you work with, certain types of information could helpful answering a question like that. So it's your responsibility to figure out where you want your investments. Okay, you want to be in stock, you want to be in real estate, you want to be in cryptocurrency, you want to be in bonds, you want to be in forex, you want to be in futures. There's so many different ways of investing your money. Where do you feel safest putting it? Now, 98% of all my money is in, dividend stocks, but I'm trying to think. Covered calls in dividend stocks. 98% of all my money. The reason for that is I believe in the U.S. economy. I've been doing it long enough. I'm pretty good at what I do. Joe Schmo. Been watching for a while. Yep, I remember. We chatted once before. What's the stock you like the most going into 2025? That would be Macy's. But there's a rumor that Macy's may be going private. No, that's not a good thing for me, because I have to find another stock to replace Macy's. How do you feel about MicroStrategy and the 2x plays with, Mark? What is the Yahoo URL that shows a stock dividend history? That would be Yahoo Finance. Okay? You go to Yahoo Finance, you put whatever stock you want into the quote lookup. The bottom left-hand side, okay, you have summary, which gives you the summary of the stock, okay, the information. News on the company. Chart gives you the charts, go all the way back 5, 10, 15 years. Community, historical data, there you go. Profile, options, holdings, performance, risk. So all this stuff here, okay, will give you information on the company and the stock. Okay, as soon as you put whatever stock symbol you want into Yahoo Finance, on the left-hand corner down towards the bottom, you get to pick what you want, what kind of information you want to look at. I like looking at historical data. Okay, what's the high? What's the low? What's the open? What's the close? How often do they pay a dividend? How often do they increase their dividends? I like that kind of information. I also like what is the book value? How consistently do they increase their profits? Those are interesting things I want to know. That's me. Leo Prepfolio. Okay. Leo, can you discuss premiums and how money can be made? My holding. Okay, you're going to need to expand that little bit because half that sentence makes sense, the other half doesn't. Okay, are you trying to figure out what kind of premiums you can make on your personal holdings? Well, that I'd actually need to know what you actually have. Okay, Kirk Brooks, Tesla, no. Sorry, Tesla doesn't have dividends. Now, why would I invest in a company that doesn't have dividends? Now, I'm not looking for capital appreciation, just to let you know. So if I'm not looking for capital appreciation, what is the advantage of buying Tesla? Because the dividend lets me know when a stock is going to move. Orlando, you want to take a look at FANG? I thought FANG was a no. Okay, it has weeklies. Okay, how do those dividends look? FANG. What is that? Diamondback Energy. Okay, well, first of all, we're going to say, Orlando, we're going to say no to that. And here's the reason why I'm going to say no. They first started paying dividends in 2018. 2000, that's not even 10 years yet, dude. Okay? Not even 10, it's 6 years. I like 2 decades of consistent profits. What do I think of Ford? Someone that talks topics. It's oil. Yeah, I know who they are, okay? But it's only 10 years of dividends. That's it, 10 years. That means they're still a juvenile. They're not quite there yet. High was over 200. Yeah, funny thing is, I really don't care what the high was, what the low was. What I'm looking for is consistency with profitability. Okay, this company, even if they're profitable every single year for 10 years, it's still only 10 years. Okay, we looked the other day. Seriously, we did. There's 9,817 companies I can invest in. That's a lot to pick from. Why am I going to pick this one if it only has 10 years of increased profits? Or 10 years of profits? Mike, I am too stupid to understand how you trade. Terribly sorry there, Mike. Orlando, energy sector. Yeah, I get it. Rude dude. Hey, James, what's happening? Cool beans. Jimmy, you have a nice face. Thank you, I think. Joe Schmo, what about Albemarle? They're a dividend aristocrat. Yes, they are. I like Albemarle. They are on my list. All right, so we're going to get it away from FANG and put an ALB. ALB. Albemarle. All right. Albemarle. This is another company with a big, huge drop. Okay? A year ago, the high was at 151. The bottom, right around 70. That is a 50% drop. Okay? 52-week high, 52-week low. That's a 50% difference between the high and the low. So, if you're not ready for this game, don't play. Okay? A year ago, 151. We drop all the way down to 70, shoot back up to 115, and then back down. We're sitting at 88 at this moment in time. Well, great. What's the last 90 days look like? Last 90 days is only 3 months. 3 months ago, we had a high at 114 and a bottom at 86. So from 86 to 114, $34. About right? Oh, wait a minute. 86, 114, 8, 28, 30, $38. So $38. It's a nice move. From 86 to 114, $38. That's what? 35% maybe? It's not bad. 35% increase. Well, what's the last 30 days? Now, the reason why I want to jump into the last 30 days is what does it normally do this time of year? Okay? So, 30 days ago, we're at 108. Jumped up, pulled back. We hit 114 as a high. Okay? That was 2 weeks ago. And our bottom was Friday. So we dropped here last Friday. Monday was higher. Tuesday was higher. Thursday was lower. Friday was lower. So apparently she's still going down, searching for a bottom. Albemarle. So currently we're at 88.65. So we're going to be looking at the 89s. And the 89s going from 149 to 175. That's 1.5%. But here's the thing. Even at 1.5% per week, okay, that is right around 75% per year. So 1.5% per week is about 75% for the year. If you can get 1.5% every single week. But do you like Albemarle? And she's not currently at the bottom. Okay, she could go lower. I like 2 days to the upside. Now, we had 2 days to the upside. Okay? Friday was the 30-day bottom. Okay, but Monday was higher. Tuesday was higher. 2 days to the upside. That's what I like. But Thursday was lower. So it kind of like, now we got to look for another bottom again. All right, let's keep on going. Mike, just keep listening. It will make sense. Yep, it will. Best Buy. Sweetie Swag wants to take a look at Best Buy. And here we go. Okay. Best Buy, high of the year, 103. Bottom of the year, 69. So from 69 to 103, it's a nice spread. Okay, what's she done? Down, up, down, up, down. Now she's bouncing right here. Let's jump in, take a little bit closer of a look. Last 90 days, which is the last 3 months. 3 months ago, we're at our high, 103. Then we drop Friday. Friday was the bottom. So let's zoom on in. Okay, here's the last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're 88.50, jump up to 91.50, drop down to 83.50. Then you have 1, 2, 3 days to the upside. Okay, but what happened on Friday? It pulled back. What's with that? Down, up. Well, what's happening here? Is it an anomaly or is it turning around again? Okay, because you got a bottom, she goes up. Well, and she goes up until she's done. That's basically it. She goes up until she's done, then she turns around, comes back down again. Is the 1% the difference of the dividend and the premium? Anthony, no, not at all. MB, you want to invest with me? Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thank you. All right. The 1%. Anthony, are you ready for this? The 1%? Now, the current price is $88.63. Right there, $88.63. The closest strike price to $88.63 is going to be $89. $89 is right here. What is the premium? What can I sell it for? Well, I can sell it at 67 cents a share. That's only 2/3 of 1%. It's not quite 1%. So this is going to be a no because the numbers just don't work. Okay, Anthony, let me see if I can find one that actually does work. Macy's always works. Always lovely working with Macy's. Okay, so Macy's is currently at $17.54. Okay, at $17.68 is what I can buy it for on Monday. So the closest strike price to that is going to be 18. And the 18 is going for 15 to 24. Now, 15 to 24, somewhere smack dab in the middle, is going to be 18 or 19, which is the 1%. Okay, so I'm buying it at the current ask price. I'm finding what is the closest strike price so that I can sell a covered call. A covered call is nothing more than me selling it for the same price I just paid for it and collecting a premium. And the premium just so happens to be 1% or more of what I just spent. And that's what I'm looking for. A safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Hope, MSTU. That just sounds bad. MSTU. And it has weeklies. Holy shit. An ETF that has weeklies? And the premiums are pretty damn interesting. That is weird. I've never seen those premiums like that before. Okay. All right, MSTU. So let's see how often has this company increased its dividends. MSTU. All right, so MSTU has no dividends at all. So why are we looking at it? Seriously. Okay? No, it's a dividend stock investing channel. Yet you bring up stocks that have no dividend. That makes no sense to me. Okay? It does nothing but waste my time. And I feel bad about it. James, do you sell your covered calls on Monday? Yes, I do. Dutch Brothers. B-R-O-S. B-R-O-S. Burroughs. No. Okay. Damon, you see that? Monthly options. Monthly options are always a no. The numbers just don't work. And I love to say that, but people still ask me questions. Why? Well, the numbers don't work. The numbers don't work. I don't know how else to say it. Opinions on Broadcom. What is the ticker symbol for Broadcom? Gallant wants to take a look. Short these quantum stocks, yes or no? Jeebus? Jeebus? I have no idea what you mean by that. Okay. Gallant, Target, TGT. Now, I like Target. Qualcomm. That's the ticker symbol, Qualcomm. QCOM. QCOM. Okay, so QCOM. There we go. So QCOM, the high 230, the low 130. That's a big drop or a big increase. So it goes from 130 up to 230. That's a $100 increase. That's a nice increase. Was it 80, 85%, something like that? But from the 230, she drops down to 116, kind of goes sideways for a bit. We're currently at 157.24, which would mean the closest strike price we have would be the 157.50, and that is paying over 1%. So those numbers actually do work. Well, great. Does it make the right? Is it the right decision? Well, I want the high, I want the low. Where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? Well, that's the 1 year chart. Great, fine, dandy. Orlando, we've already looked at ExxonMobil earlier today. Okay, so we're not going to be looking at it again. All right, so Qualcomm. Let me see. What are we doing? 157.50. Okay, so A is going to give me the 1%. There's the high. Let's go for the 90 days. What has it done in the last 90 days? I'm looking for the same thing. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? Up, down, up, down, up. Okay, right here we're at 157. The 157.50s are going for 190. That is over 1%. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. Gives me a better idea where the stock is moving. TNC. What the heck is TNC? Okay, we'll take a look. TNC, hold up. So this is the last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at 157. Well, we shoot up to 165 and then drop right here. 2 days to the upside, 2 days to the downside. So now it's still in a downward trend. Sorry. Okay. So that was QCOM. Target, let's do Target. TGT. Gallant, let's take a look at Target. Here's your high, 185. There's your bottom, 120. So from 185 to 120, that is a $65 drop. That's a 60% drop. Is that right? No, that's a 30% drop. So from here to here is a 30% drop. All right, well, what's the last 90 days? Well, the last 90 days is right here. Okay, now you got to be very leery with Target. Target is one of the few companies that has a lot of black swans. What's a black swan? A black swan is a above average drop or an above average increase. Okay, the stock went from 157, dropped all the way down to 120 overnight. And that usually happens right around earnings reports or right around the dividends. So I like to stay away from Target right around the earnings because I don't like the numbers. It's like, hello, I think I lost like 15,000 because Target was at 110 and it jumped to 126 overnight. It was a $16 increase overnight. Just like this, just came out of nowhere. So when you sell a call on a stock and it jumps up or gaps up like that, yeah, high probability of losing money. All right. That being said, the last 30 days. Here's the last 30 days. 30 days ago was the 30-day bottom at 127. Shoots up to 138, pulls back to 129. Now we have a 1, 2, 3 days going to the upside. The 135s, the 136s are just barely making you 1%. If you like the company, and that's always the big deal. Do I like this company, and do I like it at this price? Well, Target has been in business for over 100 years, and they are a dividend king. That means they increase their dividends for more than 5 decades. Okay, every year, higher and higher and higher dividends. That's what I'm looking for. Companies that are consistently profitable. My opinions on Broadcom. Didn't we look at Broadcom a little while ago? Okay, Bristol, Wilhelm. Have you done much research on WiMAX? Bristol, yes, I have. WiMAX does not fit this trading strategy. Do I like MATR? Hope? MATR. No options, no thank you. See that? No options, no thank you. Pretty simple. Opinions on Broadcom. It makes up like 20% of my portfolio. I don't know when to sell. Okay, well, okay, what's the ticker symbol first of all? Broadcom. Isn't that AVGO? AVGO? Yeah, AVGO. Okay. Now, we looked at AVGO a little while ago. Now, I have no idea at what point you jumped in. Okay? Did you buy it, in the 100s, the 140s, the 150s, the 160s, the 170s? Well, now it's at 241. There's an old saying. Orlando, NLY. There's an old saying, okay? It ain't a profit until you take it. Also, nobody ever went broke taking profits. If you're up on it, sell it, move it forward. I can't tell you what to do because I know absolutely nothing about you. As a matter of fact, the only thing I know about you is your parents gave you a weird-ass name. Okay? 8590570, yeah, whatever. Okay, Jimmy, thoughts on Tesla? No dividends, no thank you. That's my thoughts on Tesla. No dividends, no thank you. Orlando, we just did AGNC. Okay, so I told him I don't know where he jumped in. Okay, so I have no idea what to tell him about his situation. Okay, yeah, I got you. Opinions on Broadcom. It makes up 20% of your portfolio. I'm not quite sure what it is you want to hear because I don't know anything about you. Okay, so I can't really give you, I don't give advice. I read numbers and I give my opinion. And that's all it is. It's just song and dance, and it's like, it's entertainment. Okay? So you asked me about Broadcom. I told you what the numbers are. Currently it's at $240.80. $240.80. So currently the 240 is going for $5.85. So it does make 1%, but look at where it is. look at this big gap that happened a couple weeks ago. It gapped up. It gapped up. Here's the high, a little bit of profit taken. Now it went up again. What happened on Friday? A little pullback. What does that mean? Where's it going? I won't buy it because it's at the high. It's too close to the high. And look at this gap here. Gaps have a tendency to fill. Okay, Gallants, we already looked at Intel earlier. What stock is my go-to? That would be Macy's. Okay, I like the consistent profitability that Macy's gives me. Okay. MPC. What the heck is MPC? I just seen it. Hold on a second. Gallant wants to take a look at MPC. MPC. Okay. Well, MPC, which is Marathon, the high of the year, 220, the low, 130. That's a $90 drop. That's a big drop. $90 on a $220 stock. Okay, that's it's about a 45% drop. That's a big drop. Okay. Last 90 days, here we go. Here's the high, 180. Bottom, 130. That's a $50 drop. That's a big drop. All right. Last 30 days. Okay. Last 30 days. 159 down to 130. Look at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4 days to the upside. Well, that looks freaking awesome. I like that. So 135.83, the 136s, 145. I'm going to write that one down. I like that one. MPC. All righty. Oh, what the heck happened to Doge? Is that the Department of Governmental Efficiency? I hope that's what you're talking about, because I don't do cryptocurrency. Jay Bird, what's up with Netflix? Buy or sell? Yeah, actually got to give me the ticker symbol so I can take a look at it. Isn't it NFLX? NFLX. I was right. Imagine that. $900. No, thank you. Okay, now think about it. All right. Here's the high of the year, 940. Okay, we're currently at 907. Look at the big move. Big move, a little bit of profit, back up, back down. Yeah, that's out of my price range. That's what I can tell you about it. It's out of my price range. I don't do stuff over $300. I can get 1 or 2% out of a $20 stock. Why would I take the risk in a $900 stock? I mean, think about it. I'm not here to buy companies that have, nice, wonderful names. No, I'm here to make a profit and limit my risk. So if I can do AT&T, General Motors, Macy's, Nordstrom's, Kohl's, Walgreens, Stop and Shop, companies that I've heard of consistently and aren't outrageous. Well, in my humble opinion, $900 for one share? Yeah, no thanks. Amy, do we have class tomorrow? Nope. Okay, Amy, tomorrow night I send out the list of stocks we'll be looking at on Monday morning. Okay, so you get that list tomorrow night. Okay, Ricky Bicky, SGov. SGOV. What the heck is that? Oh, it has no options. Okay, so if it has no options, why are we even looking at it? It makes no sense whatsoever. What the heck happened to Doge? Okay, what's up with Netflix, SGov, Coop, COOP, Monthly, no thank you. Alex. Hello, Alex. AVGO's Broadcom. Yep, got that. Thank you. With Trump's drill, isn't oil companies' profits drop, thus bringing stock prices down? Well, we are going to see, Orlando, okay? Because they haven't been doing much lately. So what are they going to do? Tennessee girl, who pays best dividends? Okay, when you say who pays best dividend, is that rate of return? Is that consistency of profitability? Or are you just looking for a fat dividend? Okay? Now, I don't buy fat dividends. I look for consistency of profitability. Is the company consistently profitable? Can I make 1% every single week? 1% every single week comes to 50% per year. Drone limit, retirement. Well, everybody's going to retire eventually. Samson, Dollar General. Dollar General. The high of the year, 170. The bottom, 72. That is a 50% drop. Do you trade in the daytime? No, I trade in the morning. I jump in first thing in the morning. I like to be out in 15 or 20 minutes. Oh, Orlando, let's take a look at Annaly, NLY. Okay, here we go. Annaly, the high 21, the low 1775, and not a lot of movement here. Do I go live? I go live every single night at 9 p.m. Okay, now today, for those of you that never been here before, okay, I have been live almost every single night for the whole year of 2024. I've mixed 6 days, and that is it. One, back in January, I was sick as a dog, and I couldn't go. I just couldn't do it. One day, I was sick. Sick one day. That's it. Second day, I missed. I had to take a very close friend of mine to the emergency room. Spent the whole night there. Fun. That was the second night. Then I lost 3 nights to the hurricane. Can you review Kohl's, please? Mike, yes, I can. We'll take a look at Kohl's in a second. Okay, we're going to take a look at Kohl's in a second. Okay. I lost 3 days to the hurricane. For those who don't remember, a hurricane came right through Florida, took out our water, electricity, cable, internet, telephone for 3 days. Didn't bother me a bit. I was good. Thanks, you're white. All right, Michael, I'll go take a look at it in a minute. And then just recently, I missed another day because it was Christmas Eve. All right, 6 days out of 365. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I mean, 6 days out of 365. I did weekends. I did holidays. Okay? Yeah, I will be on New Year's Eve. Why? Because me, it's just a Wednesday. And there were many days when you were sick and you carried on for us. Yeah. Steve, you remember that. Yeah, so nowadays, I drink a lot of ginger tea and honey. All right, because it helps my throat because I'm not used to talking so much. Water's okay, but water with honey is better because it soothes the throat. Okay. Ashadma, okay. Mike, you make it fresh with a cheese grater. Yes, that's right, I do. I make it fresh with a cheese grater. Go to the Shalaw. I have no idea what that means. Okay, yeah, I get the big fat roots and grate it off. Yeah, it's it's fresh ginger, so it helps. All right, Ashma mode. I think that's how you pronounce it. AMD, we already looked at it today. Dollar General. All right, right now we're looking at Annaly, so let's stay on target. High Mountain Oolong Tea, very good too. Cool. T-Ren is probably best place to buy. Never heard of it, Michael. But okay, thank you. From Taiwan. Interesting. Okay, so currently we're looking at annually. It's at 19. The 19 is going from 6 cents to 9 cents. That's not even a 0.5%. That is a hell no. All right? Now, Asha Mahmood, we already looked at AMD. It's very smooth, smooth on your stomach, unlike the green or black tea. Well, alrighty then. Well, I don't know exactly what kind of ginger tea I'm drinking, but it seems to be doing it. Twisted Philly, you made a premium. Yes, I did. I make a premium every week. I make a bunch of them. Simone, how are you tonight? Okay, Specs wants to take a look at BTDR. What the heck is BTDR? Bitdeer Technologies. Okay. Let's go to Yahoo Finance, BTDR, and see what kind of dividends this company actually has. Oh, come on, dude. You've been here before. There are no dividends. Why are you having me look at a stock that has no dividends? Specs, you've been here before. Coach, thank you. Okay, so seriously, Specs, BTDR, you've been here before. You know I don't do those. He's new. No, actually, he's not new because he's been here plenty times before. I don't know why he gives me a stock with no dividends. All right. I hate it when it does that. Miss some stuff. He's testing my skill. He's testing my patience. It's my second time and I remember. Thank you, Michael. He remembered. Okay, made premium. Yep, Tesla's going to be a no. Simone. Okay, Amy. She thinks that's funny. All right, John. Soundhound? Yeah, it's not 20 years old. Taylor. MAIN. Monthly. No, thank you. Orlando. James, how many companies do you like to trade with weekly and how many shares of each? Well, simple. Okay. Now, other than the fact that all my trades are listed, where are they? Right here. Okay, all my trades are listed right here. Okay. Well, you pick a week, any week. All right. This is week 38, 12th week, third quarter. Slide all the way down if you want. Shalom, James, the quick trade, non-paying dividends, TNX. All right. Week 21. Okay. Intel, Win, Marathon, Macy's. All my trades are up there. You can actually see them. AMD, we already looked at it. It's no. Taylor, Maine, no. Soundhound, no. What can you tell me about XRP? Anna, I can tell you XRP and SoFi, no. Okay, it's a very simple strategy. The company has to have dividends and it has to have weekly options. XRP, okay, can't find the symbol, which basically means it's not a stock. Okay, it could be a cryptocurrency. Okay, for all I know, but I do know it's a no on my list. So yeah, SoFi does pay dividends. SOFI, SoFi. Okay. Okay, SoFi has weekly options. Okay, see them? Weekly options. Okay, it was $6 in August. Now it's at 16. That's a nice jump. Okay, hold on. Just hold on a second. Now, I don't like it, and there's a reason why I don't like it. So let's go to Yahoo Finance. Okay, and put SoFi in here. SOFI. You ready? SoFi, there are no dividends in this time period. So, SoFi is a no. No dividends, no thank you. Why would you come to a dividend show? Because the name of the show is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow, or Dividend Stock Talk. No dividends, no thank you. Even in February, no dividends, no thank you. March, April, May, June, July, no dividends, no thank you. It's actually that simple. Okay, no dividends, no. Why would I want to waste my time with it? Surely. Okay? No dividends, no thank you. SoFi has no dividends. So, no. Okay, simple. No dividends, no thank you. Okay, we already looked at AMD, SoundHound, no dividends, no thank you. XRP is not a stock, not a dividend stock. Anna, I just said XRP is not a dividend stock. Blake, you must be a passive-aggressive kind of generation. Okay, not quite sure what you're going there, Wango, but all right. Harsh, thoughts on inflation over the next year or two? XRP is crypto. Yeah, I know that. But people keep asking me about it. What about crypto? No, I don't do cryptocurrency until somebody can show until somebody can show me a 5 or 10 minute trading strategy that is simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. Okay? Until someone can show me how to consistently get money from cryptocurrency without having to sit in front of my computer all day, well, other than that, I want nothing to do with it whatsoever. So, Leo, Roku does not pay dividends. Okay, I didn't say that it did. It's not on my list. Okay. PBR. Okay, peanut butter and raspberry. We look at PBR all the time. PBR. All right, now, I don't like PBR, and here's the reason why I don't like PBR. Okay, the stock is at $12.63. Well, $12.50 is paying 22 cents. But look at the next options. 3 cents, 1 cent, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, if you're off, you don't get any money, and that is something to take into consideration. Slam, what's your opinion on INSW? Was that right? Uh-oh. I missed some question. All right, here's right here. INSW. Well, I've never heard of it. International Seaways. No. Okay, I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work. Okay, Red Rooster, Big Lots, you actually got to give me the ticker symbol. And isn't Big Lots closing all their stores? Can we review PNG? PNG. Okay, so PNG has no options. So that's going to be a no. Sandy, Kohl's and Pfizer. I like Kohl's. I actually have a bunch of Kohl's. So let's take a look at Kohl's for a bit. Here's the chart right here. The high was $29.50, the low $14. Now I know we can all add. So, hold on a second, take a look at this. Thoughts on Tesla? Hell no to Tesla. Kohl's. Okay, Michael, we're doing Kohl's right now. Okay? Now, take a look at Kohl's. The high of the year, $29.50. The low of the year, $14. That is a 50% difference between the high and the low. So anytime you have a problem buying a stock and it drops 50%, well, that's what they do. Okay? 50% difference between the high and the low. Is it good or bad? It's neither. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. That's what the stocks do. And you need to ask yourself the question, is this a game that I want to play? can I play it without going crazy? If I buy it at 29 and it drops down to 14, am I going to panic and sell? Well, no, because that's what it normally does anyway. It usually fluctuates 50%. Okay, the bottom 14, the top 29.50. Well, that's a more than a 50%. It's a 50% drop and a 100% increase. But it went the other direction. See, it was at 29.50, it dropped 50%. Can you touch on AGNC again quickly? I was not online. Okay, why am I looking at AGNC? Okay, high 10, the low 9. Okay, 937. Okay, the 950s are going for 2 cents. Hell no. I'm sitting on Coles trying to play the roll game. Yep, me too. Okay, Shalom. Elon states in one of his interviews that there will be a vehicle company that would be better than Tesla. Any idea what other company he might have thought of? Nope. Okay, I don't follow it that tight. Okay. So you are doing covered calls. Yes, Michael, I am. They're simple, they're safe, they're predictable, they're consistent, they're easy. I get all those acronym thingies in there, right? Okay, so Coles, back to Coles. Okay. 29 to 14, 50% drop. Right now it's at 14 to 14.50, is over 1%. If you like Coles, and that's a big question because look at it. She's actually dropping down and it's bouncing off the bottom of the year. You could take a look at any stock you want. It's going to have a 52-week high. It's going to have a 52-week low. And there's only one high and there's only one low. Well, here, it's right there is the high and the low is right there. Okay, so it was at the high. Lots of profit taken. Now it's here. Now it's bouncing up and going to the upside. Well, is that something you're okay with? And that's a very important question because that's all stocks do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. So you have to say, all right, I like this company. I want to hold on to it. Well, Coles at this moment in time, okay, here's your 30 days. Okay, 1590 was the high. The bottom's 1380. Michael, Webull says it's 150% owned by institution. Okay, unfortunately, there is no such thing as 150% ownership. Because no matter what, if you take a pie, you can cut it into many pieces as you want. 100% is all of it. Okay, now you can have 150% rate of return, but you can't have 150% ownership because you can't own more than what's there. Okay, I'll give you for instance. Okay, the amount of liquid in here, which means it would be full. So full would be 100% full. How do I get 150% liquid into? You just can't. Okay, so that made no sense whatsoever. MPW, Orlando. We'll take a look at MPW. Does that mean there's naked shorts and put sold or bought? I would actually have to see what the data looks like. You said 150% ownership. Okay, 150% ownership means there's 50% more than actually there. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, 100% is 100%. You can't put more. Never mind. I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to continue that. It's going to drive me nuts. All right, so currently we're at 14.37. The 14.50s are going for 22 cents. That is over 1%. It's a glitch. I see that. Yeah. Coles. I'm putting Coles down on my list because the numbers look good. All righty. Oh, we got 15 minutes left. Oh, just to be 100% clear, so you guys understand, today is the very last Friday. Okay, today is the very last Friday. Oh, wait, it's Saturday. All right, see what happens when you retire? Party's just starting. Yeah. Okay, so this is CEG, but 220s still in the money. Okay, Paul, thank you. As I was about to say, today is the last Saturday of the year. No more Saturdays after this, okay? Also, next year, I am changing my live broadcast schedule. I'm no longer doing Friday nights and Saturday nights. I'm going to add some more shows during the week because while I was in Vegas last week, I noticed I was reaching a whole different audience later in the evening. Because 9 o'clock on the Eastern Seaboard, well, you get the people on the Eastern Seaboard. By the time I'm done, well, they're ready to go to bed. But Central Time, did you win? I'm not quite sure what do you mean, did I win? Okay, but Central Time, it's an hour later. It's a whole different set of people in the middle states. Okay, great. And then California time, well, that's 3 or 4 hours later. Casino, did you win big? I don't gamble. So believe it or not, I walked through a bunch of casinos. I didn't, not even a single penny did I gamble. You're in California. Well, then you know right now it's what, 7 or is it 6? Because here it's 11:15. 11:15 p.m. What time is it there, Michael? Eight. Well, see, 8 o'clock, I'm getting done. I'm going to be done in 15 minutes. Okay? So that is a whole bunch of people that I'm not getting to. So we're going to change the schedule. We're still going to do 9 o'clock Eastern. We're going to do 9 o'clock Central, and then we're going to do 9 o'clock Pacific. So, and I'm only going to do an hour. I'm going to take a 15-minute break. Take a 15-minute break. Okay? Or whatever the break is going to be. That being said, let's keep on keeping on. Coach, how are you doing today? Hey, Jeff, we the people, what's happening? Alrighty. How come you don't like S&P funds instead of stocks? Abdul, awesome question. Why don't I like S&P funds? Well, Abdul, are you ready for this? Okay, let's put S&P. Okay. What stock would you recommend holding long term? Shalon, I don't do anything long term. My idea of long term is 30 days. Okay? All right. So, somebody just asked me, okay, Abdul asked me, why don't I like the S&P? 10 minutes. Okay, Shalon, I have no idea what 10 minute means. Okay, Abdul, you ready? Let's take a look at the spiders and see how consistently profitable they are. Okay, Abdul, it's actually that simple. How consistently profitable is SPY? Okay, I want to take a look at all the dividends, the maximum amount. Let's go all the way back to 2000, all right? 2004, 2002, here we go, 2000 right here. Now, are you ready, Abdul? I'm going to read you the dividends. Now, a dividend is a portion of the profits the company gives back to the investors. So, if the company is consistently profitable year after year after year, hypothetically speaking, the dividend should increase every year. Because if the profits increase every year, well, so don't the dividends. So if the dividends do not increase, that means the profits aren't increasing. And then why the hell would you be putting your money into a company that's not profitable? It just doesn't make any sense. So Abdul, let's take a look. Are you ready? March 17th, 2000. 37 cents. Okay, I'm just going to give you the numbers. 37. Then it goes to 35. That's down. Okay? Down, up, up, down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down. Okay? Up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, down. Do you see? 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. You're asking why don't I like the S&P funds? I was just reading you some of their profits. Okay? Okay, 56 to 52. That's decreasing. Okay, hell no. All right, hold on a second. Mark, what's the URL you were looking at for this SPY dividends? Okay, Mark, this is Yahoo Finance. Okay, Yahoo Finance. Over in the left-hand corner, you will see historical data. Historical data gives you the open, the high, the low, the close, the volume, and the dividends from as far back as the company has first started paying out. Now, the S&P, they go way back. I'm not going to go all the way back with the S&P, but I figure go all the way back to 2000. So all the way back to 2000, you know, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. No, okay, not consistent profits whatsoever. So you guys can put your money wherever you want. Me, I want consistent profits. And there are a whole bunch of companies out there that are consistently profitable. Let me just rattle off a few of them for you. You ready? You got the Dividend Kings. 54 companies that have increased their dividends every single year for 5 decades. The Dividend Aristocrats, the Dividend Champions. Okay, Dividend Aristocrats, 67 companies. Dividend Champions, 150 companies. Both over 25 years of consistent increased dividends. And then you have the Dividend Contenders. 300 companies that have consistently increased their dividend. So why would you put your money into a company that's not consistently profitable? That really boggles my mind. It's like, what the hell do you think? Why? Why give your money to someone who's not profitable? It makes no sense to me. All right, anyway. You people like to use indicators in the USA. Yeah, okay. Hey, Anna, any info on XRP? Yeah, lots of info. I don't do it. I don't do cryptocurrency. Can you look at PBR? I already looked at PBR. PBR, peanut butter and raspberry. Yeah, I don't like them. Alec, Caterpillar. Now, I like Caterpillar. It is on my list. Okay, but it's 11:21. I want to go through each and every question before the night's over. Okay, I read every single question. I answer every single question before the night's over. It takes me a while to get to them. Abdul, how much money do I have? Well, right with me, my pockets are empty because I'm in my jammies, so I don't have any money with me at the moment. Red Lobster, isn't Big Lots going under? I'm not quite sure. Anna, I do dividend stocks. Yes, I do. How old are you? Wow, there's a lot of interesting, weird questions, Abdul. Okay, I'm retired. That's all you need to know. Big Lots. Where can we see your trades? James, right up here in the top corner, top left, you'll see, all right, do you narrow your list by accepted sector? No, not at all. Okay, my list is categorized by the calendar. What do I mean by that? Well, if I take all the dividend kings, all the dividend aristocrats, all the dividend champions, contenders, all those companies, if I take all of them and put them into the calendar by when they pay their dividend, because when they pay their dividend, the stocks have a tendency to go up in value. After the dividend, the stocks have a tendency to go down in value. So I like to buy before the dividend date. That's why I use dividend stocks. One of the reasons why I use dividend stocks. The other reason is because they're consistently profitable. That's just silly, but they are. All right, so James, where can you see my trades? So James, up here, the top left corner, right there, you see it? Where it says Dividend Stock Talk, and there's a little picture of me there. Yeah, click on that. That will bring you to the 10-Minute Trader. Okay? The 10-Minute Trader is my website that I've had for about 15 or 20 years. You do some research, seriously. Don't blindly listen to anybody, especially not me. I have no education whatsoever. I did School of Hard Knocks. Do you know what that is? That means I do something, I screw up, I learn from it, and I don't do it again. And I've been doing that for 20 years. Now I'm at a point where the screw-ups are less and less and less, and the profits are more consistent. So, the 10-Minute Trade is my website. You come down, all the way down here, it says current trades for 2024. Okay, I do 3 accounts. View all, and it brings you to this page. Okay, those little black thingies right there, that's all my social media. Underneath that, these are all the trades that I've done this year. It goes all the way to January 2nd, 2024, which is week 1, quarter 1. Here it is right here. Week 1, quarter 1. Macy's, General Motors, Ford, CVS. CVS, General Motors, LUV, Southwest Airlines, Comcast, and Ford. Okay, and even there is my profit for the week. 2.99 there and 2.12 here. All my trades are visible online. You can take a look at every single one. Top Chat. I thought you didn't stream on Saturdays. Well, today is my last streaming day on Saturday. Okay, I've been on every single night. Okay, I've only missed 6 nights this year. Now, there's 365 days. I've only missed 6. You like that, 6? I've only missed 6. 1, I was sick. 2, I had to take someone to the emergency room. 3, I lost because of the hurricane. No water, no electricity, no cable, no internet, you know, that type of thing, that weird shit. Yeah, for 3 days. 3 days, no water, electricity, or cable. Make it 7. No. I missed Christmas Eve because it was Christmas Eve. Now, I am going to do New Year's Eve. But today is my last Saturday. So no more Saturdays for me. Okay, you shot nobody. Not a trader, but don't you have to own the stock for a certain period of time before the dividend is paid on a specific date? Or can you buy like a week before and sell a week after? Just passing by. Okay, you shot nobody. Now, you're kind of right, kind of wrong. Let me go show you exactly what I'm talking about. This here is an EX dividend calendar. There's 4 dates to remember when it comes to dividends. Date number 1 is the announcement date. Okay, say, hey, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk. We have made this much money this year. We are going to pay this dividend, and we're going to pay it on this date. The announcement date. Okay, tells you what they're going to do, when they're going to do it. Date number 2. There's only 4. Date number 2, the green little dot, that is the EX dividend date, the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid. Date number 3, date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Date number 4, payment date, when you get paid. Simple. 4 dates when you're doing dividend stocks. So, just to let you know, if you want to collect the dividend, you only need to buy it 1 day before the dividend date. And you have to hold it on the date of record. Do stocks pay shares? Some of them do, some of them don't. Some just write you a check, some just deposit money in them, some give you shares. Each company's different, but they're all basically kind of the same. Split share? It depends. Depends on how many shares you're getting. They give you a check. Some of them do. Learn something new today. There you go. Well, double jolly good. We're here to make a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. That comes to over 50% per year. If that's what you like, if that's what you're interested in. That's what we're doing. All right. What about Mullen Group? Never heard of them. What is an option? Alice, an option. Simple. An option is a contract between the buyer and the seller. If I buy the stock and I sell it, it is a legal binding contract. Here's the way it works. Let's get rid of this. Let's go right to here. Kohl's, for instance. Here is the purchase price for Kohl's. Okay. $14.37. That's the current price. Where did you get the EX calendar? Okay, the EX calendar comes with Charles Schwab's trading. This is Charles Schwab's trading platform. It's called Thinkorswim. Now, they didn't invent it. Tom Sosnos created it over 20 years ago. He sold it to TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade got bought out by Charles Schwab, so now Charles Schwab owns it. They didn't create it. They just bought it. Okay? Anyway, what was I going at? Oh, what is an option? Okay, so an option, Alice, I only teach one here. That will be the call option, and that would be a covered call. Meaning, do you do dividend contenders if they are 15-year consecutive dividend increases, or does it really has to be 20 minimum? Some of them I do let slide depending on what company it is. Some. It's always per case basis. Okay? All right, anyway. Alice, an option. Here specifically, the stock price is $14.37. If I buy it here, I can sell it through what is called a covered call, a stock option that I sell to someone else. It's basically kind of like layaway. I'm sure you're familiar with that. Layaway or down payment type scenario. I'm selling somebody the right to buy it from me at a certain price. That's the strike price. By a certain date. That's the expiration date. Here, Kohl's has weekly expiration dates. 3 January, next Friday. 10 January, 2 Fridays out. 17 January, 3 Fridays out. 24 January, 4 Fridays out. So on and so forth. Okay, every single week, certain companies have weekly options. Okay, some companies have monthly options, which means you can only do it once a month. Hold on a second. Okay, these are monthlies. I don't like monthlies. Okay, the reason why I don't like monthlies, Alice, is because the numbers just don't work for me. I want a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I can't get that with monthly options, only weeklies. Won't you eventually have to pay taxes on all these trades? User 832723921343. What the hell kind of a name is that, dude? Seriously. Okay? Eventually pay taxes? Maybe yes, maybe no. It all depends on how your account is set up. So if it's in a trust, no taxes. If it's in a foundation, no taxes. If it is in a C corporation, in a, let me think of the word, pension fund, no taxes. If it is in a Roth IRA, no taxes. Okay? It is your responsibility to set up your finances in a manner in which you either pay taxes or you don't. It's personally, definitely up to you. Now, I always tell people, talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner. Okay, we're past 11:30. I'm just going to answer up the rest of the questions. We just talked about that. Alice, who said he's not paying taxes? Thank you. You have to pay tax on these transactions. No, you do not. You only have to pay taxes directly related to how your account is set up. If it is in a Roth IRA, you pay no taxes. What time will you be on again? 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Okay? So, user 8327, blah, 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 taxes. Okay, hold on. You shot nobody. I'm intrigued. So I am assuming you probably have a list of companies that you recycle over and over, yes? Do you list your percentages after each year? That would be interesting. You shot nobody. You're new here, dude. That means you just don't know. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. Okay? The 10-Minute Trader is my website. Okay? Each trade I make every single year, I do one of these little things. Okay? This is week number 1 of the first quarter of 2024. Macy's, General Motors, Ford, CVS. That's week number 1. Okay? I made 2.12%. See it right here? 2.12% week number 1 in this particular account. This particular account over here, this is week number 1 also. But this one made 2.99%. Okay? Week number 2, 1.3. Week number 2, 2.43. Okay? 0.85. I didn't make 1% this week here. This week here, I made 1.35. Now, this is just this year. Okay? If you go all the way to the bottom, okay? I originally started posting all my trades August 31st, 2011. That's when I first started posting all my trades. And here they are right here. Okay? Week 26, July 6th, 2013. Okay? And there's usually a little write-up. There was a huge drop in the last few weeks. We took a break from trading and waited for the dust to settle. We didn't take any losses, as this year we're looking for no loss. Well, I've been doing that quite a bit, trading every single week and sometimes having no losses at all. I have one account this year, no losses at all. Okay, this account here that I'm currently showing you, I had 4 losses. Okay, another account, 2 losses. One account, no losses at all. All right, so anyway, we have dropped down to only a 20% return so far, halfway point of the year. Okay, well, that's halfway through the year, and I'm already at 20%. That was in July. Okay, our weekly average has dropped below 1% a week, and our monthly average is down to 3.3. Even with the big drawdown, we are still above the annual averages. On our returns, we missed opportunities, blah, 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 blah. Now, you can take a look at almost any one of these things. These are old videos. These are old snapshots of some of the stuff I've done in the past. March 23, 2013. Look, the 1-year chart, the 90-day chart, the 30-day chart. Does that look familiar? Well, look at it. March 23rd, 2013. Okay, I've been doing this for a while. Yeah, every single time I do a trade. Whoops. Okay, here they are. November 2011. Okay, November. Okay. As you can see, we had a small setback. The market has been down, and we are standing firm with our positions. Our year-to-date return has dropped to 22%, or 1.8% per week. Now, that was in November of 2011 when I first started. So, yeah, all my trades are visible online. So let's keep on going. Let's keep on keeping on. What about taxes? We already talked about taxes. Amazing. Subscribe. Now I know why you have 2,300. Wow. I'm just started out. Okay. Now I've been posting on YouTube for over 15 years. Okay. TikTok, I've only been on that for 2 years. And I got more subscribers on TikTok than I do on YouTube. Weird. I don't know. All right. L Rock, how about Clean Spark? It does not have dividends, but the premiums are good. No dividends, no thank you. Sorry, that's actually simple. Like Christian, AGNC, we already looked at that. Okay, breakdown of Mullen, it's going to have to be tomorrow. Big Lots, it's going to have to be tomorrow. Amazon, definitely no. Gen X Pyro 1971, yeah, XRP is not a dividend stock, dude. Here since April. Secretariat, how are you? Made lots of money on premiums, but stuck in some. What are your stuck? What are you stuck with, James? Okay, Secretariat, what do I have? Hold on. In this particular account, okay, I'm stuck in Harley Davidson at the moment. Stop. I'm into it like, is this, wait a minute. Where am I with Harley? 10, that's October. So I'm only in month number 3 with Harley Davidson. 3 months. Okay, Intel. 1 month. Kohl's. 1 month. Macy's. Oh, look at that. Macy's got bought out. Damn. Okay. Altria. 1 month. MPW. The end of November. So that's like a month and a half. Riley. 1 month. U.S. Steel. 1 month. Okay, so basically every single account here in this, so every single position in this account is like 1 month old. That's just this account. What's the other one? CVS. Holy shit. Secretariat, look at this. CVS. July. Wow. So CVS, I'm down $9,000. I have no intention on selling it, by the way. Okay, now this is just the stock position. It's got nothing to do with the options because I make an option every single week. Anna, thanks. Helpful. Big Lots being bought out. Probably. AGNC, we already did that one. Micro Strategy, we already looked at that. We didn't look at that one today. JEPQ, hell no. Okay, Rut Patel. TQQQ, long term. Yeah, you have fun with that one. Thanks. Have a good night. Thank you. Got a date for the new year? No, I do not. What's your success rate? Well, I have one account where I have 100% success rate. Okay. Is that this one? No, it's not this one. This one I think I got 3 losses on. This one here, 100%. Not a single loss on this account all year long. This account here, I think I lost 4 positions. That's it. Kohl's or Walgreens are going to fail. Well, alrighty then. How'd I do in 22? I don't really remember. Do you sleep often? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. But I'll get plenty of sleep when I'm dead. You know, life is short. You know, I'm in my 60s, so how much more do I have left? So why would I want to sleep through it? All right. Okay, Talk DG. Yep, we looked at that today. Chano. Okay, thank you. CVS is bad. Well, I don't know. CVS has been around for over 100 years. When do you decide to exit a losing position? I don't. Isn't that weird? Okay, here, Tuck. Here's my rules. Are you ready? Rule number 1. Never buy something you don't understand or you don't want to hold on to. If you don't want to hold on to it, don't buy it. That's not rule number 1. Okay? Rule number 2. Never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the whole game. Rule number 3. Make sure the company is consistently profitable. I get plenty of sleep when I'm dead. It's not mine. Seriously. I think Sam Elliott said that in Roadhouse. What if it halts? I don't know. Okay. Rule number 3. Make sure the company's consistently profitable. Rule number 4. Weekly options only. Okay? Weekly options only. I want weekly cash flow. Yeah, Sam Elliott. Okay? Rule number 5, make sure the numbers work. What do I mean by the numbers? Well, what's the chart telling me? Where's the high? Where's the low? Where is it currently going? Halt, stocks, numbers, and freezes. Okay. Where is it currently going? Great. And then, is it going to be profitable or is it not going to be profitable? It's actually that simple. It looks like you're in all cash now. No, I'm not. And the last divs were at week 43. I am on your website to check it out. It might be in the wrong place or it requires a subscription or something. No, not necessarily so. So if you go to the website, okay, the10minutetrader.com, okay, do some research. You'll see that I've had this website for about 20 years. Okay, down the bottom it says current trades for 2024. Okay, view all. Okay, and that brings you here. This is all my social media. Okay, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, podcast. Yep, I have a podcast with over 900 episodes. Okay, so when you're selling calls on CVS and your dollar cost average is higher, then do you still sell calls? Yes, I do. Isn't that weird? I do. I look for cash flow every week. Now, with CVS, I do have to admit, some weeks I make 1%, some weeks I don't. Okay? Okay, it looks like, okay, all right, no. All right, so here are all the trades. Okay, this is, hold on, week 39, 13th week, third quarter. That'd be the end of September. Yeah, okay. September 27th, these are all the trades, those are the numbers. This is the how many positions, how many shares. Okay, this was the strike prices or the price. Okay, this is my profit and losses. Okay, so green is when I buy and red is when I sell. Okay, really not that difficult. So this is actually the very last Saturday night that I am doing. So as of next year, there will be no more Saturday nights. All right, but I will be doing 3 shows every night during the week. Okay, before the trade day. So it'll be Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, because the stock market opens up the very next day. All right, so that being said, you guys have a great night, and you probably won't see me again on a Friday night or Saturday night. That being said, have fun, and we will talk to you again tomorrow. How much do you pay for managing? Margin, ooh, 8%. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear.